Hey, I'm Kay,
And I'm Micah.
and that is Kaylee over there crying, but we are
Just
ignoring her.
ignoring her.
Yep. Our kids are supposed to be asleep, and we are doing a book review. We're good parents,
The best.
trying to teach them something. Anyways, during this quarantine, we have not too much to do, right, babe?
I feel like we have a lot to
We
do,
have a lot
but
to. What the heck?
yeah.
Why not? Why not? And so we're going to do a book review, and we're going to try to do a book review every once a week. We hope so. Mike is skeptical. We'll see what happens.
I just don't know if we can read the same book for in a week to do the next one.
We're going to find out. We're going to find out. So, anyways, just to give you guys a quick idea of exactly how we're going to do this, our first step for a book review would be to summarize the book for you guys, give you a little tidbit on what that book is about, see if that's something that you're interested in. It's really pointless to summarize a book. Sorry, it's really pointless to review a book if you don't know anything about that book. What's step 2, babe?
Step 2 is to give potential warnings because if you're like me, there are certain things that will mean you don't want to read the book, even if it's good.
And if you're like me,
You don't care.
you don't care. And then step 3 is to rate the book out of 5 stars. That's what we're doing. We are using decimal points though, because I feel like it's important to differentiate between some books. At least I'm doing decimal points. I don't know about she
He
is.
didn't tell me we were doing decimal points until after he asked me my rating. So
Well, she can.
he has decimal points.
I have decimal points, but maybe she can add a decimal point if she wants. So, anyways, those are kind of the steps to our book review. Okay. So today, our book that we'll be reading, not really reviewing, yes, is called Scyth by Neil Shusterman. If you're unfamiliar with Scythe or Neil Shusterman is a YA author. He's written books such as Unwind, Challenger Deep, Scythe, the Drought, or the Drip, or something like that. He's a YA author overall. I mean, he's had lots of success in the industry. So Scythe, do you want to give a quick review of what Scythe is, Micah?
Yeah. So Scythe is I don't know how to.
So it's a dystopian world. So I think that's one thing that Neil Shusterman he specializes in is dystopian worlds.
And in this world, death has been overcome. So people don't die naturally anymore. They've discovered how to revive people if they do die accidentally, and they can also go back to have a younger body to become more active and healthy. And so, without the natural process of death, they have a problem with what the world can sustain as far as population.
Yeah, so they have a problem with population control, and the way that they solve population control is by having a job called Scythe, and the Scythe's job is to pick people to kill. So it's a really morbid idea, but I guess the idea is that in order to make sure this world isn't overpopulated, you have these people who kill people, and they try to do it justly and in a dignified way. But the main narrative of the story is these two characters who are being trained to be scythes, and they have to decide how exactly they want to
go about their job.
They go about their job, right? There's different philosophies on how to be a scythe. There's like a corrupt faction of scythes who are saying, hey, like we should do it this way. And then there's like a justified, dignified faction of scythes who say we need to do it that way. And so these two sides kind of have to decide exactly how they want to go about their job. And so there's a lot of drama. Again, it's dystopian. So you deal with some pretty corrupt individuals, and in lots of ways they corrupt society. Scythe is the first book in the series. So there's more books that come after that. So it's like a launching off point.
And then you have the cliffhanger at the end. So if you like that, it's a good one.
It's right up your alley. So here's Micah's review. Go for it, Micah.
I really like this book. And from the little summary that we gave you, it does sound really morbid. And
That is morbid.
sounds like something that I would hate, honestly, but it was fascinating and really well written. So I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars.
So you're at 4 out of 5. So for you, that means it's good, right? That's what 4 out of 5 means?
Yeah, 4
Good.
is good.
Yeah. So going to my review. So personally, when I look at Scythe, I also thought it was an interesting sort of take on the dystopian novel. I think YA has been like very saturated with dystopian novels ever since the Hunger Games. I mean, now we have Divergent, we have like the Pretties, we have what else do we have? It's like every single sort of YA book is dystopian now, and so like that can be like an oversaturated market. However, I think he does a really good job on making it original, making it interesting. I mean, the sort of futuristic idea that nobody can die is something different, right? Because in most dystopian novels, we have like a corrupt government who's like going around and suppressing individuals. But for this novel, most people like are pretty satisfied and pretty happy with their lives, and it's only like this like fringe group that is beginning to like get in the way of this perfect life. So I thought that was really fascinating, and so that's why me personally, I gave this book.
His decimal points.
I gave it a 4.3. I know it says 4.5 right there. It's actually, it is, yeah, that's a 4.3. I gave it a 4.3 because, again, I liked the original take on the dystopian sort of novel. Doesn't mean that I think it was perfect. For example, the idea that the only way to control population control was by having these Scythes have a job to kill people didn't seem to me to be the most like efficient or effective way to take care of that problem. And so that was kind of like, I feel like that was a easy sort of fix. Like, let people live to the age of 600 and only have 2 kids, and then when you get to the age of 600, then you die or something like that. That seemed like a more sort of efficient way to do it, rather than just going around
random
people, going around the street
at random
people.
stages in their lives. So some people will live forever, and some people will die when they're 10.
Right.
It doesn't seem
just yeah. And so that would be like my biggest critique of it. However, again, like it was captivating. It was a page turner. I wouldn't say like it's a literary masterpiece, but I think Neil Shusterman's good. I think he's a good author. I don't think he's somebody who's just like, oh, I have a really good idea, because again, like he's a very, very diverse person. Like he has a diverse portfolio in terms of what he's done. Right. Like Susan Collins hasn't been able to do anything since the Hunger Games. And I like the Hunger Games. But lots of these dystopian novelists don't do really anything extra. And so that's why I gave it a 4.3. Again, like I don't think it was like a 5. I don't think it was like a perfect novel. Like I couldn't stop thinking about it. But
it was good.
It was good. Yeah.
We read it in about a day together.
Yeah, we read it really quick. We read it together, and that's saying something, because you read it out loud when you read it together. So, anyways, that Scythe, I think if you pick it up, it's hard to put down. But again, if you're not really into that dystopian novel, it might not be up your alley. But again, like I said, it's an original take on dystopian novels, I believe. Okay, so next week we're going to be reading,
assuming that we finish it in a week,
Isabel Allende's The House of Spirits. Micah wanted to read this because Jane the Virgin's favorite author is Isabel Allende.
Oh my gosh.
Just kidding. She's a good author, and we've heard good things about the book. Anyways, have a good week, guys, and we'll see you.